Welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level reading lesson, and today we're going to be talking about family values. All right, so you can list the members of your family, your immediate family. If you're an adult, it could be your spouse, your children, or if you're unmarried or not an adult, I guess you could list your parents and siblings. Your extended family would include people like your grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, things like that. So, in your country, do most women work? And do women stop working when they have children? All right, now we're going to read a short article about family values, and then you'll answer some questions to test your reading comprehension. Each section will have some vocabulary words to start, and then you can either pause the video and read on your own or follow along as I read. To consist of is to be made of. To raise children is to take care of children. To mean well is to try to be nice to people. Odd is unusual. It's funny, there are many people who don't understand what a family is these days. Some people think that the only true family consists of a mom, a dad, a son, a daughter, and a dog or maybe a cat. For example, let's talk about my Uncle Murat. He married when he was 24, has 3 kids, and a large lazy cat, Leon. He works for a large bank, while my Aunt Sophie has more or less raised my cousins alone. My uncle's a good guy, and he means well. His family generally seems happy together, and my cousins are, well, pretty good guys, even if Max is a bit odd. To get divorced is to end your marriage. To blurt is to say something unexpected, and properly means correctly. But yeah, I was talking about Uncle Murat. Last week, my aunt, uncle, and cousins came to our house for dinner. During the meal, my mom talked about her sister Jackie, who was raising 2 children by herself. Jackie and her husband got divorced about 10 years ago, and my Uncle Pete remarried. He doesn't have much contact with his 2 kids. My mom was explaining how Jackie gets tired working and raising a family by herself. Jackie is a doctor, and she works long hours at a clinic. Her children, Tom and Louise, are both teenagers and in high school. While we were talking about Jackie, Uncle Murat just blurts out, "Well, she shouldn't have gotten divorced. A woman can only raise children properly with a man." He said that a woman shouldn't work when she has young children. My mom raised her eyebrows but said nothing. Don't get me wrong means don't misunderstand me. It matters that, or it is important that. To give up something is to stop doing something. Profession is a job. Accountant is a person who counts the money in a company, and a gardener is someone who likes to grow plants. Don't get me wrong. As I said, my uncle's a good guy, but I don't agree with what he said about getting divorced and staying at home. It's the 21st century. Why should people stay together if they are unhappy? I don't think it matters whether you have 1 or 10 parents. I have friends whose parents are divorced and who live with only 1 parent. And seriously, if you were a doctor, should you give up your profession entirely to raise children? My mom would do anything for us, but we are not the only thing in her life. She stayed at home and raised us for 15 years before returning to her job as an accountant. My parents made that choice together. I'm happy that my mom has other things in her life than just us. My mom is a great mom, and she's also a gardener, and she is involved in local politics. To intend to means to plan to. Everything else is all the other things. Take the back seat, not be responsible for everything. Open-minded is accepting of new ideas, and sneaking is doing something secretly. When I have children, I don't intend to say goodbye to everything else in my life. I think kids should add to your life, not just be the only thing. Of course, I know that having very young children is a full-time job. It's only after we go to school that parents can take the back seat for a while. I just wish Uncle Murat would be a little more open-minded. And the funny thing is, while we were talking at the table, his son Max was in the kitchen sneaking a box of cookies. If Uncle Murat knew that. So, what are the opposites of these words? So, odd, well, usual, typical, normal might be the opposite of odd. Open minded, the opposite would be closed minded. Great, maybe unpleasant or small. Lazy, the opposite would be energetic. So this is an informal text, and the author uses some words to give emphasis, such as seriously and just, and find some more words and phrases which give emphasis. So if we look back at the reading, so maybe generally, pretty good. So don't get me wrong. They already mentioned seriously, entirely, of course, a little more, and funny thing is. So how old is the person who wrote this text? Well, we get the idea that probably it's a young person, maybe a teenager. I don't know exactly for sure, but I don't get the sense that he's an adult. The text starts with the statement, it's funny. And so what does funny mean here? Well, it means strange, unusual, odd. It's not funny in the sense that it makes you laugh. It's just unusual. When Uncle Murat said that women with children shouldn't work, the author's mother raised her eyebrows. What does that mean? It means that she maybe disagreed, and her facial expression showed that she disagreed with what he said, but she didn't say anything. And what about you? Do you know any children who don't have a mother and a father living in their home? And do you know any mothers who work or fathers who are raising the children? And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.